The following Best of Central Florida program is sponsored in part by these fine sponsors.
Welcome to the Best of Central Florida. Today we're on the road with my beautiful co-host, Makaila Nichols. Makaila, how are you today?
Excited.
One of the biggest fights we have sometimes is figuring out what to do. It's getting hot out, as you know.
It's too hot.
The rain comes at 3 o'clock every day. But I like to do things. I don't want to just sit around. I want to go do something. So do you.
Yes.
What is one of your favorite things in the world to do?
Escape rooms.
Now, I have a little story for you. I'm not so good at them.
He's
You're
not.
teaching me, though.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm here for. I'm going to help you.
Great place for a corporate outing as well. The last time my law firm went to an escape room, I got busted in the corner actually with the last clue.
Of course you did.
And they've really never let me live that down. We're in a very special place. Your favorite escape room, really, in the world.
Escapology, yes.
Escapology.
One of the best. Best. Literally. And there's even Scooby-Doo. You can like look at the Mona Lisa. It's literally my favorite place to go and do an escape room.
And they have a new haunted house as well.
Yes. I mean, everything in here is just so impressive. And if you haven't done an escape room, don't worry. We're going to explain everything to you. We're going to eat some snacks because they throw an amazing event. We're just going to have fun and hang out.
And this is not just a place for 20-somethings to come.
No.
This is a great place for families, for really anyone.
For your kid, for your mom, for your dad, for grandma, the whole crew.
Here's what we're going to do, a very quick break. When we return, Makaila's going to attempt to teach me how to escape some rooms from Escapology. Are you ready to go?
I am. Are you?
Very quick break. When we return, Best of Central Florida continues from Escapology.
The Best of Central Florida is sponsored in part by these fine sponsors.
Escapology, we are here in our
The
first
catering must have
escape
arrived
room.
already, because I hear your stomach growling.
It sure did. But we have to do the game first, and
I
then we can
know.
eat.
I know.
And we're joined by Miss Ricky. Ricky, how are you?
I'm great.
Good. Listen, this guy over here to my right, he might need a little bit more help than I because he's not one that really understands escape games. And I think a lot of our viewers might not necessarily played an escape room. So what is an escape room? Am I locked inside? What's going on?
Sure. So escape rooms are immersive experiences with different types of themes, and each theme is going to have a different objective. So during your gameplay, you're going to be solving a lot of different types of puzzles in order to eventually complete whatever objective you're set to do. You are not actually locked in. Common misconception there.
Yes. So if I have to run to the ladies' room, I could.
Which
Absolutely.
happens often.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Exactly. So you can come and go as much as you need to within your hour time span. All of our rooms are 1 hour in length.
So talk to me about the locks, because I think, again, people are like, okay, what if I don't know how to open a lock? There's different types of locks. It's not just like one lock unlocks all.
Yeah.
So talk to me about locks.
So some of the locks are going to look like this. They're really standard. They're going to be either letters or numbers. And there's like 4-digit, 5-digit, 3 digits. So many different combinations, but most of the time you're just spinning whatever your code is and able to unlock the locks. And then some of them are going to require just a normal key to twist in and open it. And then different puzzles will do more like mechanical and physical. So sometimes if you're touching something like on this side of the room, something else will open up on the other side of the room.
But don't rip anything off the walls, right?
Right, exactly.
Because some people, if they think that they know something.
Pointing at me today. I
well,
don't know.
Just because
I think she
I've
thinks
done
I'm
escape
dumb, but
rooms
maybe I
with
am.
you.
Here's what I like about escape rooms, and I really do. I'm so busy, I'm so attached to my phone. I feel like it's one time where you can actually shut off all communication with the outside world and maybe even turn on your brain a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. They're really great for kind of getting out of the real world and into really like unique situations where it just kind of feels like you're in a completely different place. And especially with like our IP games, if you're like really into Star Trek and you go into that room, you're no longer in Orlando. You are on a spaceship in space fixing things. So
I love it. And talking about, spaceships, and obviously there's Scooby-Doo and Batman. So kids are so fun to bring along because obviously they're so creative and they get to experience these new worlds. But is there like a certain kids mode with these games?
some of them do have kids mode. Basically, we offer a kids mode for ages between like 7 to 14, where
No big kids, right?
I mean, it's for anybody. If you really need it, we are there for you. Basically, you're just given extra clues, more support from the game master to really help you focus in on what you need to be doing so that you have that successful game.
So let's say I'm with my group and we're all just having a little bit of a disagreement because someone's saying something's over here and something's over there. I mean, are they gonna like mediate, or do we all have to agree to like ask for help? How does that work?
You don't have to agree, technically. The way that our hint system works is that there's just a button on the wall in which you will press it to ask for help, and our game master will send help every single time you press that button. There's no limit, no penalties for hints. Sometimes people do argue about asking for hints, but there's no wrong answer. We could walk you through the entire thing if you really wanted it.
So let's say I'm questioning doing an escape room. I'm excited. Is there one that I should pick first as opposed to another one? What's kind of the best situation when it comes to that? Because you guys have so many incredible games. Is there one that's like easier than others, or?
Yeah, absolutely. For ours specifically at our location, we suggest either Lost City or Antidote. Those games are just a little more tactile friendly for people who have never been inside of an escape room before, don't even know what the locks look like, kind of a situation. And the puzzles are just a little bit easier to digest in that manner.
So let's say I'm at 59 minutes, it's gonna cut off at 60 minutes, and I'd lose. Are you always gonna tell me what the solution is, or is it something where it's like I could come back and try again?
It's kind of up to you, depending on how far you get inside of the game. If you're like right there, most of the time we'll just tell you how it ended because you're right there. If maybe you didn't quite make it so far, you definitely have the option to know the rest of the game. Or if you're like, no, I don't want to know, I want to try again.
I'm gonna try it again next time.
It's up to you.
But what I love about you guys is you have so many different rooms, so it's like you can come back and do a different experience each and every time.
Yeah, there's just a lot of different options. So it just depends on what you want out of it is what you're going to get out of it.
Well, Ricky, thank you so much for
job.
the DL on escape rooms and escape
Absolutely.
games and Escapology. It's one of my favorite places to do escape rooms. Justin and I are going to try to take on one here pretty soon. We'll see what happens, so stay with us as Best of Central Florida continues.
The Best of Central Florida is sponsored in part by these fine sponsors.
Welcome back to the show. Welcome back to Escapology, the man who runs everything here, the CEO, Burton Heiss. Burton, welcome. How are you, man?
I'm great, man.
Good to see you.
Nice to see you, yeah.
We're blown away by what you have done. It's really unbelievable, but I'm also blown away by your story in some ways as well. You've run a lot of businesses before. You chose escape rooms. You chose Escapology. Why is that?
You know, I think we were speaking earlier about this, and it's just really a remarkable product. And I think so often it's hard to find something you can really stand behind and believe in. And when you look at escape rooms, I mentioned that we call it disconnect to reconnect.
Yeah.
How do we find, in my house, it's what do you want to do? And how do we find some time to get off our phones, off our devices, spend an hour with family and friends, all of our games are private, with just your group, use critical thinking, a little bit of adrenaline and excitement, and you just have a great experience. So I really fell in love with the product.
and Escapology has been growing a lot of locations. Tell me about Escapology.
Yeah, so it really is a great model. I would sort of put our business into 3 categories. We are a franchisor, so we franchise our business. We have 96 venues across 29 states and 8 countries. So as you said, growing. We'll open another 20 this year, including a flagship at Universal Studios City Walk Hollywood, which we're really excited about, getting ready to open. But we have our franchising. We do have company-owned and operated locations. You're standing in our Orlando iDrive location, which was the original, opened in December of 2014. So we're just past our 10th anniversary. And then we obviously manufacture escape games like the one you're in, Murder on the Orient Express.
Yeah. How have you seen escape rooms really evolve since you've been involved?
We even call the games by generation 1, 2, 3, and we're now on generation 5. Wow. It really goes back to the technology. You know, the original escape rooms, which believe it or not came over from Japan, were all lock and key and code. We now have games that have 30 mag locks in them. You know, so there's a big technology revolution. And then as I think we're going to talk about some of the themes we've engaged in licensing agreements with some big studios to have themed titles. That's a big development as well.
Yeah, when I think Escapology, I think of such a memorable experience. Whether it's you bring in your family, maybe you bring your law firm, like I've done before, a corporate type event. This is a memorable experience each and every time.
I ask almost everyone I meet, I'm on an airplane or whatever, have you ever played an escape room? Some people say yes, some people say no. Nobody says I don't remember. It is that memorable.
I've always been a big fan. Escapology is my favorite place to do escape rooms. And I mean, this room, like we were talking about, it just transports you somewhere else, and you can just disconnect and be present with, you know, the people you love or the people you work with, which you love too most of the time. Yeah. But you really, and you gotta work together, right? But it's just a great team building experience that's unlike anything else.
Well, you know, one of the things is the time constraints. All of our games are 1 hour experience, and that little bit of pressure, anyone who's played knows there is some mental effort that goes into this. I personally, about 40 minutes, I hope someone's ready to take over because I start to tire out a little bit.
Guys,
but that little bit of pressure and using your brain, I think, is why it becomes so memorable. Yes, that stepping into the first room is that aha moment, but it's really once you get there, and then it's once you succeed. Like, we all like to check a box. Like we won and we got out, and so often I find in life, like, things just are always on the to-do list, and you don't get that chance to have that feeling of, I finished it, I did it, and I won.
Yeah.
We're obviously sitting here in Orlando at the first ever location, but Orlando gets hot this time of year as well. Rains a lot. You can go spend thousands of dollars, if you think about it, making memories, of course, at one of these big theme parks, or spend significantly less and make memories right here.
Well, I'll tell you, especially in Central Florida and at the beaches, we kind of love rain.
Yeah.
I can tell you in the summer, on a rainy day, all of our games will be booked up. So we do get the win there.
Working in a business now and growing this company, but it's a business literally all about happiness, disconnecting from technology, but connecting with other human beings. How fun has that been for you to really be the CEO of an organization that does just that?
You know, it's also fun for me as a father and a husband. Like, we'll take our family, and we didn't do a lot of this before Escapology, but now we'll go in, and maybe the first 5 minutes or so, my wife and I are kind of involved, and within 10 minutes, we're high-fiving because our 3 daughters, who basically don't talk to each other the rest of the week, take over and are having a blast and working together. So it is really a cool experience to be a part of it from the business side. But again, I go back to it. I really love it from the consumer side as well.
Yeah, Burton has a lot more to show us. We're going to go meet Scooby-Doo. Ultimately, we're going to go into an escape room, and she's likely going to yell at me for doing something
We'll see
stupid,
if we can work together.
As Best of Central Florida continue.
The Best of Central Florida is sponsored in part by these fine sponsors.
Justin, I gotta be
Yes.
honest with you. I literally feel like a kid again. I mean, we're standing in a
here.
Scooby-Doo room with the CEO, Burton. I know we were talking to you earlier, but Burton, oh my goodness, I feel like I'm like a little kid again. Tell me about Scooby-Doo and why Escapology wanted to go down that route.
So I think for what you just said, there's just this, I don't know if it's nostalgia or this enthusiasm. Scooby is multi-generational. Find me someone that doesn't love Scooby-Doo, but it also fits so well with escape rooms. Spooky Castle Adventure. It just immediately speaks to solving puzzles, solving riddles, and trying to escape a room. So it's been our best performing licensed property, and we couldn't be more proud of it.
And it's not your only licensed property. Which other properties do you have?
Yeah, so we also have license agreements with Batman. That's also with Warner Brothers. We have an agreement for Murder on the Orient Express with the Agatha Christie estate. We also have Star Trek, and we're working on others coming in the future.
Amazing. Okay, so what if I'm not a Trekkie? Because I'll be honest, I haven't seen Star Trek, but I know he has. So is it something where it's like I can still be so excited in it even if I haven't seen the movie?
100%. You don't need to know anything about anything. It's actually a really well playing escape room. I think one of our best, we call it gameplay, how the puzzles work, and you don't need to know a thing about the characters or the series or the movie or any of that to have a good time.
And it's like you can immerse yourself in another, and that's why I love escape rooms, because every room is different. I mean, the art, the details, it really transports you to another dimension.
Immersive entertainment. We really see ourselves as being in the experience business, and it is that immersion that makes the experience, the feeling that you're really there. Yes, the puzzles are important and are fun and using your brain, the critical thinking, but really it's just about an hour of disassociating with all of the crazy stuff that we deal with every day and having a good time.
Well, I absolutely love it. I mean, this is the perfect room if you're trying to just dive your way in slowly. Be a kid again. Dip your toes in. Be a kid. There's Scooby snacks behind me. I mean, does it get any better than this?
No, it doesn't.
Well, I gotta say, let's continue our journey through Escapology. Burton, thank you. This place is absolutely amazing. I can't wait to see all the other rooms.
I'm ready.
Let's do it. Let me show you the rest of the rooms.
Yes.
Let's do it.
And now the moment Justin has been waiting for, it's party time.
I like to party. Yes, this is my favorite room.
And we are with the party girl here. We're with Megan, the sales manager over at Escapology. How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
I'm ready to hang out, eat this cake. My stomach has been growling, but Escapology really knows how to put on an event. Tell me about your events team here.
Yeah, so we do everything from birthday parties, corporate groups, buyouts, team building, you name it, we do it. We offer anything from groups of 8 up to 80. So we can do small groups, large groups. We'll obviously accommodate based on how many people you have, how many rooms you'll need. We also do all ages too. So we have birthday parties for kids. We do adult birthday parties as well.
Big kid parties.
Of course, yes, of course.
If we're doing 80 people, we obviously got to rent the whole place out,
Yes.
which is doable. But
Yes.
talk to me about the food. I mean, there's some food options as well.
Of course, yeah. So we don't have a kitchen here on site. We do bring food in. So depending on what you want, we can make it happen. If you want to do just something basic like appetizers, platters, we can do full-on buffets, plated meals. So really whatever you guys want, we can customize your event to whatever you need.
You think about a business event, a work function type of thing. You can do it at a restaurant, of course, and you eat and drink, and maybe I get up and make a little speech and I annoy everyone. A group bonding event for a corporation here is a completely different thing because we're actually doing stuff.
Right, and you don't realize you're doing team building, right?
Yeah.
So it's something fun that, you're not doing the typical team building aspect, but you're having fun and you're actually doing team building and, building that camaraderie between your group. So whether it's a corporate group or just a group of adults that want to have fun, you're actually learning something about each other.
And don't worry, I still have a room where I can make my speech.
Yeah, no, I know. This is literally the perfect room for you. You can come, but I like it because it kind of removes you from the environment out there. This is kind of like a little quiet space, or not, depending on your party, but where you can kind of come, relax, have some food, hang out, chat.
Yeah.
I love that. So talking about parties though, so you've done some bachelorette parties. How has that been? Because that's pretty interesting.
We do have a Vegas location, so we do a lot of bachelorette parties there as well. But we do bachelorette parties. Like I said, all kinds of adult groups. So whether you guys are in town for a convention, at the convention center, here just at Disney for vacation. If it's raining and it's bad weather outside, this is a great idea. It's only an hour long, so you don't have to spend a whole day with us. So it's really nice just to kind of pop in and do a game.
And do something.
This time of year, and I've run into this at the law firm too. We've had some parties out at this river place. I don't remember the name of it. it literally got totally rained out. This time of year it's going to rain every single day, and it's hot.
Yep.
We don't have to worry about that at all here.
Yeah, especially with kids' birthday parties. You know, if you're planning it to be outside and last minute those Florida storms roll in, we can usually kind of get you squeezed in, you know, as best as we can and get you in here, and it's nice air conditioned, cool, and
Sure
you
is.
guys can play a game. So.
That's great. Okay, so proposals.
Yep.
Sticking with the theme of batch and all that fun stuff. You've pulled off a proposal in here. How did that happen?
Yeah.
Because I bet that was a whole feat in itself.
We've done a few actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I
That's
mean,
a thing.
who's suspecting? Like, you know, you're in an escape room, you're with your significant other, you know, you're probably arguing a little
was gonna
bit of
say.
like, okay, like it's a good test, obviously, for the marriage. But you're arguing a little bit, you know, you're problem solving together, and then it all ends at the end. And instead of, you know, what we usually do for an end of an escape room, he'll be there with the ring on his one knee, so it's really exciting. And of course, we get to watch it too because we get to see all the
you get to be
games,
part
so
of
we
it.
get to be a part of it as well. So that's always
So you
fun.
guys are really apart from, you know, the birthday parties to the bachelor parties. You guys can be there for like any life event, any
Yes.
team building event.
Yeah, we've actually done a wedding here as well.
Wow.
Which is really exciting. So you can get proposed to and actually get married
Wow,
here. if
you can
want
do, you
to.
can do all the things
Yeah.
here at Escapology. To book
Exactly.
an event, how soon do I need to call you?
Like I said, we do last minute as well. We've got a lot of space here, so depending on season, we usually recommend 2 to 3 weeks in advance. But obviously, the sooner the better. We can get you guys in, get enough time for you, and make sure that we get you exactly what you want.
Awesome, Megan. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you
I know
guys
we're
so
gonna
much.
eat some food. We're gonna play some games, and
I'm ready.
we're gonna hang out at Escapology.
And she'll probably yell at me
I
about
might.
something.
We'll see. As best as Central Florida continues.
I'm gonna win this game.
I don't know.
I'm winning. What does it
Okay,
say?
let's see.
Everyone must stand in the
spotlight.
spotlight. Are you on the spotlight?
It's the white button. Okay.
Let's go.
Oh! All right.
I'm ready.
You're gonna go through? Oh
I'm going through. Of course
my
I am.
God. You're gonna turn off.
You don't know how agile I really am. I played basketball this morning too.
I think if anyone's gonna get it done, it's gonna be.
Me.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I've done it.
You're not there yet.
I've done it. Do I
Oh my God! I almost just messed this up.
I did. Are you proud?
Yes.
I've done it.
So how do you feel?
I love it.
You love escape rooms?
I don't know that I love all escape rooms, but I love
Escapology.
This place is absolutely fantastic. I love what they've done with all. I'm a little out of breath.
You're out of breath from that.
I mean, sorry. You're making fun of me all the time. I think Escapology, what they've done, I'm so impressed with what they've done business-wise, but what they've created here is an escape room that you know what you're going to get,
Yes.
and it's going to be absolutely amazing.
It is.
Good job.
Good job to you. You did it.
Am I literally out of breath?
No, I literally cannot wait to come back to Escapology with you because this was so much fun. Bert
Yeah.
and the whole crew at Escapology is absolutely amazing. Do yourself a favor. You should come and play the rooms here because number one, they're great, and two, you can, you know, get out of breath with
It's
your
good,
hands.
it's good bonding, too.
It's good bonding.
But I think about bringing my law firm here. I think it's a great corporate event.
Yeah.
Or a double date as well. Or even
Yes.
bring the entire family. Something for everyone here.
100%. Something for everyone.
Awesome. Great job
Good
to you,
work.
to our amazing crew. Most importantly, thank you. See you again next week for more Best of Central Florida.
The preceding Best of Central Florida program was sponsored in part by these fine sponsors: